Hey everybody, it's OldskoolHeart back with another Leaving Sunday video. This is episode number 5, checking in. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, I implore you, I beg of you to please hit that subscription button located down below. Please thumbs up this video if you are into spirituality or religion or those types of videos. Please also share this on your other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, wherever we can share this, that'd be great. And so just welcome to the channel. I'm OldskoolHeart once again. Welcome back. So we are talking about checking in. It's going to be a little bit different than the other videos that I've done thus far. Since we are on episode number 5, I really wanted to talk about moods and emotions and how that has an impact on your spiritual journey. So I always do my disclaimer before I start my videos. So the disclaimer is, if you love going to church, if church works for you, then my videos are not to bash the church. If it is working for you, continue to go. If you are improving, if you are your better self by going to church and your higher self by going to church, you are improving your situation, you are loving on people, you're respectable, then by all means continue to go to church. I am not here to tell you to not go. What this is a safe space for those of us who are directing our own spiritual journey, for those of us who have left the church for various reasons, for people in the LGBTQ community who don't feel as quite comfortable in being in a religious setting. And it doesn't have to be a church. It could be a mosque, it could be anywhere. So that's just my little disclaimer. So let's go on to today's episode is checking in. One of the things that I thought about this week, and it was prompted by the chaos of work. I work in the insurance business, and this week was the first week that people over the age of 65 or who have serious diseases and conditions, they can shop around for different plans. And so if you're part of the insurance business, this part of the time, especially for our seniors, who we have a lot of seniors, we have baby boomers, huge number, huge population. And so they're getting the opportunity to choose different things that they need for the upcoming year as far as their insurance is concerned. So it's a big week. So that means that it brings about stress. And what stress potentially can do, if you allow it, is change your mood, change your perception, and change how you react to other people. And so this week was a testing time for me, because I would have to admit that stress sometimes causes me to be very reactive instead of proactive. Very, very emotional in my responses and what I say. And I had to think about this and go, man, like, I can't recall many times in church, and this is somebody who's went their entire life, 2 services at a time on a Sunday, where the subject of mood, as it relates to your spiritual life, is rarely talked about. Just how you deal with your mood, how your mood is affected by your spiritual journey, and also how your mood can affect your growth potential spiritually and physically. I think those are 2 subjects that are widely whispered about, but we all go through these times. We all go through times where we have to check our mood, check our attitudes to make sure whatever we're giving out to the world is very positive, uplifting, and that it's not rude, it's not discouraging, it's not angry. So it's very, very important as we go through this spiritual journey to just make sure that we are assessing how we deal with stress, how we react to others when we are stressed, and how that overall determines how your spiritual journey is going to go. And your spiritual journey, to me, determines how your physical, financial, and everything else goes. So this week, like I said, was kind of a wake-up call for me to just check my emotions. I did have a couple of reactions, and I'm not necessarily anything that everybody would go, whoa, like you are beyond ridiculous, but just moments where I could have been a little bit more kinder, or I could have watched what I said and just been a little bit more calm, or I needed a break and I could have went to the bathroom and did a couple of breathing exercises. And, you know, we talked about affirmations a couple of weeks ago, but just even with that, I think we talked about it a week ago, even in that, just going in the bathroom and saying, I'm strong, I can handle it. I am patient, I am calm, I'm understanding of everyone's situations and life's experiences. That is something that I could have done to prepare myself. So, I just didn't want to make this video super long, but I did want to make sure as we go through this spiritual journey that we're making sure that we are a positive living life experience for those around us. And when we have those moments when we don't, to quickly assess the situation and pivot ourselves in ways in which we can react in a way that is kind, is positive, is giving to others. So what can we do, right, as we go on the spiritual journey? How can we become more proactive instead of reactive with our emotions? And so one of the things that I used to do that I'm not able to do right now is that I separate myself and allow myself to be alone. I think that that's very important. Sometimes people have to be alone in order to check themselves. They may not pick up the phone. Now, that is not a time for you to diss them or be like, wow, you don't pick up the phone, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Let them go through their moment and then gather together with you when they check themselves and got themselves in order. Some people, they need music. Some people, they need to watch a couple of good movies, feel-good movies. Some people, need to read a book. Some people need to go walk and exercise. Allow people to do that. Allow people to separate until they can get that mood in order. Now, if you have somebody who's constantly like that, then I would suggest therapy. I'm just going to be honest. I would suggest a life coach. I would suggest therapy or something like that. But allow yourself time to figure out how to deal with that mood and move forward. Allow yourself to recognize when it happens and to write a different plan for yourself so that your reactions won't be what you do not want them to be. Some of us need to write it out. That's very good. Keep yourself a journal. Some people have to pray. And we are going to talk about praying soon, but some people have to pray it out. There are so many different ways to keep our moods and our attitudes in check. And I just wish that places like the mosque and places like church and other spiritual gatherings, as they discuss their Savior, as they discuss worship and all of these things, to incorporate mood, incorporate attitude into these conversations, because they need to be had. We deal with a lot of things outside of the religious atmosphere that cause us to react in ways in which we wouldn't. And so I just really wish that topic would come up. But hey, that's the beauty of being able to direct your own spiritual journey like I am doing myself. So I guess I would want to ask, how do you, if you could tell me, how do you manage your emotions? How do you manage your attitudes when you are in stressful or not so good circumstances? How do you do that? Leave your responses below, send me messages, or whatever you want to do. I did not want to make this really long, and so I'm going to end it. But next week, there is no Leaving Sunday because I will actually be at church. So it will be my return to church in probably about 2 months. But I will have a video available for you guys sometime throughout the week on a cultural conversation. But I want you guys to enjoy your Sunday. Know that God is free. You are free to worship. You are free to experience God on your own terms, however you see fit to do so. This is your journey. Remember that. This is Old School Heart. You have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.